Hi there. I normally do videos about military games, but actually Football Manager is my number one favorite game, and I thought it's about time I do a small video on the last one, Football Manager Mobile 2022. I haven't played on the desktop in many years because I got lazy. It's so much faster the game on the iPad, so that's what I'm doing. I chose the crappiest team in Vanarama South, so the sixth division in England. I like this type of challenge where you start from the very bottom up to the glory. And I will not give you the standard review, but more quick tips on the basics. So when you start with the team, first thing you do, you go into your first team. I move into the detail view and I go into the coach report. You start understanding, you clear the team and you start selecting your basic team to understand where, in which role you have depth or not. And of course, you can check the team report. That's very useful for the squad depth. For the various roles, it gets you how much you are covered or not. But before you listen to your assistant, you go to the staff and you want to make sure you have the best possible assistant. So the first trick is that you look at your coach and then you'll save the game. Okay. So then we save it and then take coaching exam. Now you don't have the budget, so you need to find the money. Now with this team, it's not easy. Let's see. Well, I don't have the money to demonstrate, but okay, I'll explain you the theory. So you click the guy, you take the coaching exam, and there is maybe a 10% chance only that you pass. So if you fail, you just close the game, you reload it, and you take the coaching exam again. Over and over, sooner or later, you will get your staff upgraded to silver, and then you need to wait 6 months to upgrade them further. But already having a silver staff in the sixth division, it makes a difference because then you get better advices, especially from the scouts. You get to scout a better player. Scouts is critical. If you go for a lower league team, then it's all about finding players with very low skills, but with very high potential. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Now the scouting is free. Of course, there is nothing. I don't even have a scout, so you need to search for it. I always go for scout, specialized youth, badge you have nothing, and it's very important the aptitude. Okay, so let's see. Wow, we got few natural. This is great. Then look at the age because when they're older, they get demotivated and they retire. So 41-year-old, perfect. I'm gonna sign this guy. Now, same trick. You take the assessment, you upgrade him to silver, and then let's assign him. I want to find me kids because they're chips, and then because of the is not very good, it will take him 7 months to do a large talent pool. The higher the quality of the scout, the faster he will be. And then I want contrast status. For now, I'm going to go very broad because I don't have budget. I only have one scout. Now, location, probably I will focus on England because unlikely I will be able to recruit kids from abroad. And also you have the work permit. And there you go. Speaking of work permit, the same trick applies. The work permit is unlockable. You can remove it by signing a large number of players requiring the work permit. And so what you do, you you start the game, select the players, let's say nationality from Africa. Let's put anyone can do, even England interior work permit. Nigeria, like a big yes. Players from Nigeria. Okay. Let's do also contract status expired. Okay, There are no players. Let's do maybe U national because I'm an English team that they required the work permit. There you go. So here, say I offer him a contract, and he accepts. Transfer delayed because of the work permit. Okay, I don't want to do this. Manager option, I delegate. Take control of friendly. Don't select the other option, offering the players for loans or confirm contracts or play on the list. That part they're not good. They cannot do it. Okay, we lost heavily. That's okay. Okay, well, I got the work permit already, so then I cannot demonstrate. But already it's one player down. Then after you reach a certain number of players, I'm not sure how many, then you get to unlock. Okay, so I go back and I can repeat the same point. Do a bunch of them. Problem is I don't have enough money. Probably an advice, the first time you play, pick like a big team like a Manchester United. So you unlock all the work permit, you unlock the loan. Yes, I cannot afford any player here, unfortunately. This one I can. But it's English, so it's not gonna help. U national. Why I got it English as a U national? Isn't there Brexit? Okay, I'm just gonna Irish, no. French, no. Okay. Don't want. Giorgio, why doesn't it require the work permit? It's from Cyprus. Oh, I got another work permit. Interesting. So you keep doing that at the beginning. Do just one game that you don't really care to get unlocked the work permit, and that's great because then you can afford to hire players from Africa, South America, which are much cheaper, especially the youth, and you can build a very strong youth academy. Likewise, you can do the same first dummy game to unlock the loan restriction. What you do is loan a player with has very good skills and make sure that this player wins an award. The easiest is to get a player on loan is a forward to win the top goal scorer. A good advice, you can use Palermo in Serie C/C. Palermo starts with this forward from Juventus, from Zebra, it's called in the game. And this forward is really the best in the third division, so he will win easily the top goal scorer. You simulate the whole season without playing, and normally this guy should win the top goal scorer award, removing all the loan restrictions. Then on tactics, don't mess too much with the tactics. The 4-4-2 normally works perfect. I play with tiki-taka for fun, but it's much less efficient. Then take a quick look at your reserve, especially you look at the value. Of course, in the sixth division, I cannot expect much to come out, but in better teams, you may find some jewels there, and try to send them in loans because they quickly improve their skills. Then the other couple of things you do, you look at your team. Those below 23-year-old, give them a mentor. The mentor allows them to go faster on the skills. Then invest in training at the beginning of the season. Set all the training for intensive. When you do that, there is a higher probability of injury. So at the end of every day, you save the game, you click continue. If you get injury, you exit and you reload the game. It's a bit boring to do, but that allows you to run one month or 2 months of your team at very intense training. So really accelerating the skill improvement. Of course, when you do the training, this is very important. You always select the training that you see the blue star. So in this case, is a goalkeeper, or let's say a no-nonsense center. And for every role, at the bottom, you read the primary attribute for this role are tackling, positioning, decision, strength, and aerial ability. And so I click on that. Positioning is 8, strength is 12, aerial ability is 8. So maybe I'll go for that. It's also important. So do that for all your players at the beginning. You put intense, you select the proper role, and then the key skill of the role where your player is worse. You save it and you run it for at least the beginning of the first match of the season, if not a bit longer, but not more than 2 months, I would say. And the same at the end of the season, give an extra month running your player with intense training. Very, very important. The medical center I rarely use, but when you do the team, you can take a look and see if you have any player at risk of injury. We talk about the staff. You yourself, you get to get into the staff list, and with you beat the unlockables, you earn points that gives you eventually a badge upgrade. Then the last tip is on board requests. At the beginning, you cannot ask anything. The board will refuse everything. You need to at least wait 1 year. Win something. Once your confidence goes into the green, you can ask them. Normally, improving the youth facility or the training facility, you will get their support. For the other, it's unlikely. You need to wait a longer time. Okay, so when you start, you look for your team. You see what are the empty roles. Then go to the player search. Look for players with expired contract. And of course, you don't have the scatter, so you don't know which one are decent. But what thing you can do, you put the attribute, and there is one attribute which is important for all players, which is pace and strength. These are general attributes. You can even put decisions. Okay, you put these 3, and all these players are already decent, especially if you are in 6th division. And then you can select another thing, the age, because players. I always do custom range, and I go 16 to 27. Players older than that, they decline. My goal is to make them appreciate in value and then sell them as a profit. Once you get a player, it's very hard to sell it in the same session, but it's possible now. Before it wasn't. But if you don't need him, if you just buy the player to get the appreciation benefit, you can still loan him out. So that's about it. Let's see. I'm curious to see if this type of video gets any follower. Then I may do more videos. If not, I will stick with my war games. Take care now.